bass on the track.
Hey guys, so this is my first YouTube video. So we're quarantined, everyone's staying home. So I decided, let me do like a little girl chat with my homegirl, my bestie. And we're going to talk about topics that we always talk about amongst each other, but I feel like topics that are not really um, talked about aloud. So I just want you guys to like listen in and just like if you guys feel like similar ways or different ways, definitely let us know. We'd like to hear. So this is like my first girl chat episode. So let's call this girl chat with the Brooklyn Bombshell. Yeah, guys. So tune in and I hope you guys enjoy. Hey y'all, welcome to Girl Chat. So I have my girl Mary Too with me. Say hey, girl.
Hey.
So we're gonna just talk about topics that that we feel like are super important. And we talk about these topics like all the time when we're out getting drinks, but we can't do that shit now because we're quarantined. But I just felt like our conversations be hella interesting. So I'm gonna bring it to y'all. So let's see. The first topic is pressure of having kids, marriage at a young age. How you feel, girl?
I would say that me personally, I'm not being pressured to get married right now by anyone, but I do feel like people my age, I see a lot of them like getting married and having kids, and then it kind of makes you think like, is that what you should be doing?
Yeah.
But for me, I'm like, I'm just not ready, and I'm not gonna rush into, make any like commitment that I'm not ready for.
Yeah, I feel like for me, it's the same. Like I'll be thinking like, okay, I'm 25, like let me focus on me, focus on my career, get that going. But then like go on Instagram and I'm just like people that I went to high school has like 4 or 5 kids. They're like legit married, then celebrated like the 5th anniversary. And then I'm just like, am I missing something here? Like, am I supposed to be out here married? Am I supposed to be engaged already? Like, I'm like, what am I doing wrong? But then it's just like, I know with them, they don't have the freedom that I have. So like, I can legit get up and be like, okay, I want to go get drinks. Let me hit up my friends and let's see if we can go get drinks. Whereas if you're married, you got to call your husband and you got to find somebody to watch that baby because you can't go get drinks like randomly. So I don't know. I feel low key pressured a
I
little.
feel like when you like have goals and like where you want to be in life, you kind of put those things like marriage and kids to the side.
Yeah.
So you get to where you want to be, or a point where you're like stable and you're sure of yourself, then it's okay to settle down. But I don't let what people doing around me influence me. Like I know where I am and where I want to be, so I'm going to do things when I'm ready to do them.
That's how I feel too. That's how I feel too, because I'm like, I guess it's like a thought that like runs in my mind. So it's not like I'm like gonna wake up the next day and find Sean on Flatbush and be like, okay, hey, can we get married and have kids? Because Shaniqua on Instagram, who I went to high school with, has a whole family. You know what I mean? Like I'm not gonna do that. But I feel like in my head, I know where I want to be, and I'm like, okay, for me, I'm like a planner, which can be good, but then it could be bad. So for me, I'm like, okay, I want this by a certain age. I want to do this by this time. And it's just like when things don't go according to plan, it messes me up in the head. I'm like, oh my God, okay. I like panic a little bit because I'm like, what am I supposed to do now? So I feel like in my head, when I was younger and I was thinking about like, okay, when do I want to be married? When do I want to have kids? Legit in my plan when I was younger, I was supposed to be married by now at 25. Like I was supposed to be married at 25 or at least engaged by 25. And then I was supposed to have my first child by 28, second child by 30, and maybe the third by 35. You know what I mean? But it's just like, that's not how things are going right now at all.
At all, yeah.
Like, I don't know. Again, in my head, I'm like, am I doing something wrong? Or like, is that going to come? Or is that even God's plan for me? And I think that's the scariest part that I deal with.
I think it really just depends on the person. Like, there's some people who start having kids at 21, people that are younger than us that
Hot
have
ass,
kids.
hot ass mess.
And, and then there's some people who don't start having kids until they're almost 40. Like,
Yeah.
it just really depends on you and what you want for yourself. But one thing is for sure, that's something you can't take back. Like, once you have a kid, that's it. Like, so you really need to be sure if that's something that you want to do. You want to make sure it's with the right person. Like,
Yeah.
just a lot of stuff to consider. So that's why that's on the back of my mind right now. Honestly, I have so much shit I want to do first.
Yeah, like I want to be able to travel. Like I want to be able to be like, okay, I want to go on a vacation. Like, let me just pack my stuff and go. Or I feel like going to Mexico with my girls. Let's go to Mexico. But I feel like if I was to have a child, there's no Mexico with my girls. There's going to be legit me, a stroller, a baby, and some formula. And I'm just not ready for that yet. But I was having a conversation with my mom the other day, and I was just like, Mom, like, I don't know. I'm seeing everybody on Instagram having kids and engaged. And it's like, what is that? Like, what's happening? Like, I don't know. I'm panicking. And I'm just like, like I said, the scariest part for me is like, I feel like God has plans for all of us, right? And I feel like, what if kids and a husband is not in God's plan for me? But that's something I really, really want. So it's just like, it's scary because I know some older people who like, I feel like they want that, but they just like, they just can't find the right person to do it with. It's just not like the timing is off. And then by the time you like wake up, you're like 45 and can't have kids no more. And you're just like, okay, what now? So I don't know. It's scary. It's so scary.
I just look at it as like the longer you wait, sometimes the better.
True. I agree.
Yeah, because I don't know, just getting married and stuff in your 20s, to me, I feel like it's too early. I feel like that's your time to live, like to really live your life. Because we won't get these years back. Like once we're 30, that's it. Our 20s are done. Like whatever you did, you didn't. Oh well. Like, so I look at it as like that. So I want to take advantage of that as much as I can. All that, having kids, getting married, settling down, it can wait. It
Yeah,
can
it's
wait.
definitely wait. But you know what the thing is though? We're not hoes, right? So when I hear, you know, live your life in your 20s, date around, do this, I'm not a date around type of person. So
Right.
it's just like date around, that's not even in my DNA. So it's just like I feel like date
I
around
mean,
now.
you can. Well, I don't know about for you, but for me, I can like date around or talk to people without it ever going there, if that makes sense. Like
Get it?
briefly, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Until like I'm really ready to commit to someone.
But see, for me, I don't know why. Okay, so for me, it's like if I'm talking to somebody, I feel like I talk to people and date with a purpose. So it's just
I
like
see what you
I
mean.
talk to people be like the only reason why I'm like continuing a conversation with you is because I see something with you or see something, booming
Special.
with you. But I'm not gonna just be sitting here talking to you because I want to be friends. Like I don't have time for that.
True.
You know what I mean? So it's just like, and I feel like it's wasting my time. Like it's nothing wrong with having like friends and stuff, guy friends, and you talk to them about, whatever. But I just feel like
I think yeah, now where we are in life, it's playtime is over, kind of.
you think so?
I feel like, well, for me, because I'm so inexperienced,
Yeah.
I never really dated. So it's like I'm kind of trying to do that now before I settle down. Whereas for someone who's maybe had already had that experience, like you don't really care. You're just ready to like find someone and you know.
I would say,
I
yeah.
just can't imagine like finding someone now and then settling down with that person and it's like all these other people that I miss that I'm gonna miss out on. That's
Yeah,
just my mentality. I don't know.
I agree. I feel like it's cool because like once you've dated around and say things don't work out with people, you kind of get to know like, okay, I dated this person and this is not what I was like cool with. So now I know with my next person, like this is something that I want or don't want. So I feel like that's the cool thing. But I feel like, I don't know, like I'm an emotional person. So like the emotional attachment that I have to people, I feel like sucks because if I'm dating somebody new, I'm
Hmm.
going to be comparing them to the last person and not giving them a fair chance. You know what I mean? So it's just like, girl, at this point, I don't know what's going to happen. I feel like God should just drop my husband right in front of me. Like just right in front of me. Like send him like an Amazon package or something because I can't deal. I cannot deal. But I guess people with kids and husbands, they're happy. That's probably what they wanted. Or maybe not. Maybe it was like a surprise baby and stuff. But
Maybe some people are lucky and they really just find the one. But
but then like
I just haven't yet. And I don't even know if I ever will, to be
and
honest.
that's what I'm saying. Like it's just like look at how many people thought that they found the one and then legit they got a divorce. And it's just like for me, how could you be so in love with somebody one day and then like be like, okay, I can't stand this person at all to the point like where I have to like get a divorce and be apart from them. Like I don't get it. So I feel like to go into a situation and be like, oh, I'm in love with this person, we're gonna be together forever, and then to have a child with them, and now you have something that keeps you guys connected. And then if that doesn't work out, like where do you go from there?
Yeah.
Like what's next? Like how because it's like think about it. If you have a child and you're trying to date someone that's not your child's father, are
Hmm.
they going to accept your child? Like you have to think about are they going to accept the child? How is the relationship between them and the child going to be? Is the child going to be like angry towards them because that's their step parent or their mom's or dad's, new boyfriend, girlfriend? So it's a lot having kids. Like it's too much. And plus it's expensive.
Yeah.
Like,
Honestly, I look at it like you just kind of have to kind of go with the flow. Like,
yeah.
however things turn out is how they turn out, and stop trying to uh, figure out how things should work out because it's never going to go that way. It's going to go the way that it's meant to go, whether you like it or not. So sometimes you just have to don't worry about if in 10 years y'all divorce. If y'all do, then it is what it is. You just move on.
Yeah, I'll be
Because
thinking.
you're gonna like make yourself crazy
And
trying to like.
I be making myself go freaking
Yeah, I
crazy.
do that too. I've learned. Now learning to stop doing that. Not even just with like marriage and stuff, but just in my life in general.
But it's
I'm
so
a very controlling person,
yes.
and I like to control everything. Like it has to be this way. And I realized that that shit will really make you like crazy and anxious, like anxious if you take that approach. So just go with the flow.
And even in like a relationship though, you can't be that way.
Yeah.
Like and that's like hard because it's just like for me, I tend to sometimes think like, okay, I'm like easy and able to compromise on certain things, which I am, but certain things I'm just like, okay, it's my way or the highway. If it's not gonna go like this, or if it's not this way, then I don't even want to have anything to do with it. But it's just like when you're in a situation or a relationship, it's just like you have a whole other person that you have to keep in mind. Like you have to like think about how they're gonna feel about certain things you do, think about them as a whole. So it's just like a lot of people I feel like not saying you, but just in general, like people sometimes join relationships being like selfish and not able to compromise. And then that's where like things just go
Mhm.
downhill.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I just feel like I need to be like with someone within like the next 5 years because I'm going to be 30 in 5 years.
Yeah, I
And
know.
that's
It's
a high number.
crazy.
It's like legit. I remember when I was 14. And
Yeah.
I legit wasn't even like I was thinking about boyfriends at 14. I'm lying. But I feel like when you were young, you were just like kids, hell no. Like marriage, hell no. And now it's just like kids, yeah. Marriage, maybe. It's just like it's a lot. But shout out to the people who having kids and taking care of their kids and stuff like that.
Some
And
people are having kids and still living their lives. Like
yeah,
it's not stopping them from doing what they want to do. So it really just depends.
I feel like but I feel like it depends on what they want to do though. So I feel like if I, like I said, if I want to do girl trips or go out for drinks, I cannot do that without thinking, okay, is my kid someone watching my kid? Is he gonna be fed? Where's like, like it's a whole bunch you have to think about. And then it's just like it's a lot emotionally, it's a lot financially. So I feel like I'm selfish right now. I'm not ready to have a child because I want to go get drinks on a Friday. You know,
These
like
things.
I'm just saying, like I want to be able to go do hibachi or go to the mall, go shopping. Like I'm not really trying to like
Mhm.
truck a stroller with me to the mall to have to like put the baby in the stroller, stop shopping to feed the baby. Like I don't have time for that. I just like to do me and be in and out. I wouldn't even be able to get my lashes done often. Or like, how are you gonna get your hair done? Who's gonna watch the baby?
Yeah.
It's just like I don't have time. But I guess the people who are having babies, these are probably things they thought about, hopefully, when they had the baby. But on to the next topic. So enough about freaking babies because that's just too much. Okay. So society standard of beauty, and does it include Black women? Girl, you know this is our favorite topic.
Mm. Yeah.
Listen, I, I, hmm.
I have a lot to say, so I'll let you go first.
I do too. I feel like this is such a broad topic. I'm trying to figure out how to like break it down. I feel like, hmm, I don't know. I feel like mixed is in, right? So I feel like Black women, I feel like there's like only a certain amount of men who want Black women. Like legit, say there's like 100% of men.
Hmm.
I'm gonna say that there's like 40% who want like Black woman, like Black
Hmm.
woman, like me and you, Black woman.
Men, when you say men, talking about black men or
Yes,
men in general?
I say Black men. I feel
Okay.
like for me, from what I see, I don't think a lot of other races are interested in Black women. This is only from what I see. So
Hmm.
I don't see a lot of like Arabic and Black couples.
Hmm.
I don't see that a lot. I don't see a lot of like Asian and Black couples. I don't see a lot of, well, I do, I would say, no, I'm lying. I don't. I don't see a lot of Spanish and Black couples. It seems to me that it's a lot of like Spanish and Spanish, Asian and Asian, Arabic and Arabic. Like, people tend to stay in their own little, like their own culture. But I
Hmm.
feel like when it comes to like Black men and Black women, Black men don't stay within their culture, which is fine. But I feel like there's only like a select few that are like truly interested in Black women,
Hmm.
legit a select few. And I feel like it's fine. You like what you like because I like what I like. I only like Black men. I don't like anybody else. But I feel like what pisses me off is when Black men like when they disrespect Black women. So
Hmm.
they'll be like, oh, you know, I'm, I like Spanish women, but I don't like Black women because they're ghetto and they're loud. And in my head, I'm just like, but isn't your mother Black and your aunt and your grandmother and your sister and your daughter will eventually be Black? So where's the disconnect? So I feel like I feel like I spoke kind of brought the third topic and the second topic together. So I guess we could just talk about.
Did you see actually about like there was this video recently of this like rapper. They were like battle rapping.
No,
Okay,
I didn't see
you can
it.
look it up after, but this rapper, he's like an unknown, they're like unknown rappers, but they were like having a battle rap and he was basically like going in on his opponent's dark skinned daughter, like his
That's
young.
a fight.
Yeah, you can, I'll send you the link to it later, but it was like it was disgusting and really sad. But and the guy's dark
What did
skinned,
the person do?
nothing, they're battle rapping.
At this point, fuck the battle rap. I'm fine.
And he actually himself, he has 3 daughters and like 2 of them are dark, so I don't know, but
Is that self-hatred? Like what?
it's a sickness, I think it is. But to address the topic, so the question was like beauty standard, right?
Yeah, I feel
And the
like I
Black
merged the
women,
two, but
you
we
kind of merged the two, yeah, but I'll address the first part. So I look at it like this. I feel like society, especially now, is obsessed with Black people.
mm,
And in the terms of like beauty, they this is what they're doing. They like Black features, but not on Black people.
Right.
So they want to take it away from us and
Mhm.
take like ownership for it. So like, for example, like say you see like someone who's not black, like a white person, right, with full lips, like, which is, you know, a black feature. They'll praise that person for that, but then they'll put, you know, a black person down or undermine a black woman for having that feature,
Mhm.
or, you know, the body type, having like curves and a big butt. Now we live in this era where everyone wants a big butt and a small waist, and
Mhm.
everyone knows that that body type primarily comes from black women.
Yeah.
That's where all these celebrities, the Kim Kardashians, all of them, they're imitating, I know you do.
Yeah.
They're imitating black women. That's where they're getting the influence from.
I agree.
And, you know, I can't be too mad at the media for undermining black women, because at the end of the day, the media is run by white people
Yeah.
and their target audience is white people. So they're always going to keep whiteness at the top
Hmm.
and blackness at the bottom.
Right.
That's just how that's never going to change. There's nothing we can do about that. But it's black people's responsibility, and that's where they're failing
Hmm.
at challenging the beauty standard. Like, you see, like, for example, like rappers, like in music videos, right? They only put Latinas and white women and Asian women, everything but black women. Once in a blue moon, you'll see a dark skinned woman in the video.
But
It's
that's like one. It'll be
that's
like
like
the
it'll
one
be
go-to dark
one,
skin girl.
but the majority will be, you know, mixed or, you know, other races, even though the rappers and the artists are usually are black. And that right there is why they're failing, because the standard is whiteness and white people,
Hmm.
right? So now you have a platform where you can challenge that.
Yeah.
So white artists put white people in their music videos. So black artists should be putting black people in their music videos. If they're saying white is beautiful, you're supposed to say no, black is beautiful, and this is what I'm going to, you know, to promote, to challenge it. You're not challenging it, you're reinforcing it, because you're basically saying, you know what, you're right, light, white, and bright is better. So
Right.
that's why I'm going to put it in my music videos. But then you'll turn around and complain about racism at the same time, but you're helping feed it into it. And they don't realize that those little actions that they're taking are
Hmm.
contributing to the problem.
Yeah.
But I feel like, you know, people don't look at it from that way, but I feel like you have to be kind of intellectual to really
Hmm.
understand that. And they just don't care. And it's really sad, because in the media in general, like, black women are erased. It's slowly changing now. I feel like black women are starting to take a stand, and,
Yeah.
like, you know, but the only time you really see black women being promoted is if it's a black woman, if it's a black woman's platform.
Right.
Like if the director is a black woman, or
Hmm.
the magazine owner is a black woman, or the, you know, like, for example, I used to watch Scandal,
Hmm.
and I recently started watching How to Get Away with Murder. And these are all shows where black women are the lead, you know, the lead characters or whatever. But the writer and the producers is a black woman, Shonda
Right.
Rhimes. So the
Right.
only time you see that is if a black person is behind everything, a black woman particularly.
Mhm.
So I feel like black women are gonna be the ones that have to promote themselves. It's the only way, because you can't, unfortunately, rely on black men to do it for you. They've been brainwashed too much to the
It's
point where it's of no return.
yeah.
And it's like really sad.
I feel like it sucks that we have to always like fight for ourselves, but
Hmm.
then I feel like we always have to fight for black men too. You know what I mean? Because I feel like Jessica isn't holding him down the way we would hold him down. You know what I mean? So I feel like we have to be like strong for not only ourselves but them, but nobody's strong for us besides
Yeah.
ourselves.
There's this YouTuber that I watch her videos sometime. Her name is Cynthia G.
Hmm.
And she's like a black empowerment like YouTuber. Like, that's what her content is about. And her content heavily focuses on interracial dating. And
Mm.
she's very anti-interracial dating. She's like pro-black.
Right.
So she doesn't believe that black people should be dating and marrying white people. And and she talks about like the psychology of it, and she focuses specifically on Black men who interracial date because they do it the most. And she talks about, because she's like a psychologist, so from her perspective, like why they engage that behavior, why they date white women, and why they put down Black women. And from her perspective, it has to do with Black men having low self-esteem and their self-hatred, and them wanting to be like white men. So the reason why they go after white women is because they want to feel equal to white men. They want what they have, and the white woman is a part of that, which makes sense. That's why they feel like white women are better, even if they're not better, they're not even as attractive. They still will go after these women because they're white and they represent something that they feel like is superior to themselves.
I just feel like when it comes to interracial dating, legit, love is love. Love who you love, date who you want to date, but don't disrespect other races while doing so. I say that. But then when I'm in the street and I see like big, beautiful thug, like hood, dark skinned chocolate man with Sally Sue, I'm just like, now, what y'all got in common? And
nothing at all.
How is gonna work? Does her father even know you're Black? Like, how is this gonna mix? And I feel like I definitely see more Black men dating outside of their race than
Black women, yeah, for sure.
Black women. You know, I feel like you do have like a few token Black women who are dating outside of their race, you know, to each his own, to own is each. It's just not for me.
Yeah.
I can. I like to have something in common with my partner, which is being Black, you know? So
they usually don't have anything in common. I don't really see thugs, like niggas who are really thugs with white girls. Maybe Spanish, maybe mixed, but not really like white. Usually the ones that go after white girls are like the lames.
Yeah, the ones that we don't want.
Yeah, those are usually the ones that go after, or unless you have like a lot of money, you know,
right.
the white girls will want them. But yeah, I think it's just like self-hatred and not liking the fact that they're Black. I really think that's what it is. And I think the Black men, they're very lucky because Black women are very loyal to them despite everything. And I feel like the loyalty is negatively affecting Black women.
Yeah.
Now. And I personally think Black women should withdraw their support of Black men, at least Black men who don't support them. Right. I'm not saying don't support any of them, but support the ones who support you.
Right.
I'm sorry, but if they're married or dating a white woman, I really don't think like you should be fully supporting that person.
Right.
You don't know what their mentality is. And based on what they say, a lot of times when they are dating white women is because they don't like Black women. That's what they say.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I can only make that assumption based off of what I see. So I feel like Black women should only support the Black men who support them. And I feel like, what was I gonna say? I feel like the only thing that's gonna stop the disrespect part of it, and I know this sounds very immature and childish, but is to do the same thing to them.
Oh yeah.
It's the only thing.
No,
like,
I agree.
It's because if you notice, like, they have all this confidence and, you know, like, they're very bold. Like, they'll come out and say something disrespectful like it's nothing. But no one is retaliating. No one is saying something disrespectful about them.
Right.
So they think it's okay. And it's not okay.
I feel like at this point, it's just like, I'm just tired of fighting for people who are not going to fight for me. So it's just like, I feel like Black women always get labeled for being like angry. Oh, like, we're angry. She's angry. She has an attitude. You know, I don't want to date Black women because they have an attitude about like things. And it's just like, when you date outside of your race, that is opening a whole
different
other world of issues. You know what I mean? Especially now. We think that like obviously times are a bit better than back then, like with segregation and stuff like that. But there's a lot of racist people out here now. So I feel like when you're out and you're holding Sally Sue's hand, people are looking at you like, what you doing with her? Why are you with her? What's going on? And I feel like on his end, I don't know, but I don't think even like his parents, like I don't think like they even agree with that. Because I have two brothers, so I know like with my mom is like obviously like date whoever you want to date or whatever. But I'm pretty sure if my brothers were to bring home somebody who was white, I feel like my mom would be like, okay, I'm gonna get to know her, but you not have found someone
Hmm.
in your race? You know what I mean? Like I feel like it's a lot to have like black parents accept the partner that you have if they're not in your race. And even if I was to bring somebody home who was Asian, my dad would be like, girl,
Yeah.
love is love, but what do
I
we do?
mean, yeah, it's definitely getting out of hand. Like now for me, it's very rare for me to see like a black couple, younger couple, like not older couples like in their 40s, like our parents, like younger people under the age of like say 35.
Mhm.
It's not that common, at least from what I see, to see like a black, like two like black girl with a black guy. It's usually a black guy with someone of a different
Oh,
race. If
yeah.
she is black, she's probably really, really light skinned and looks, and it's just like, I don't know. I mean, it never bothered me. I really don't care, but it does make you question, like, you're all doing it. It's not even like it's just a few, it's all of you. So clearly there's something that doesn't make sense there. Like,
Yeah.
something isn't right because no one does that. White people don't do that.
I,
Asian people don't do that. Spanish people don't do that. They all stick together. Like, it just doesn't make any sense.
I don't know. For me, it's fine. If you want to date outside your race, then by all means do that. If you are Asian and you want to date somebody who's like, do what you got to do when you got to do it. But my issue is the disrespect that comes with that. So like if your preference is white women, that's completely fine. But there's no need for you to be
Yeah, but
down
that's the thing.
black
Them
and
liking those women has everything to do with you. That's what you're
white.
not getting.
I mean, I
Because
get it.
they don't genuinely like these women.
I
That's what you don't understand. It always goes back to black women. It's something that they feel black women are missing, so
mhm.
they feel like they have to go somewhere else to find it. So it's always going to be about you. And then these other women, let's not even get started with that. They are like in their minds, they're in competition with black women.
Oh, girl.
So it's just the whole thing.
But do you feel like it's like a thing about black women being so strong and independent that we kind of not saying that we do
Push
this
them
purpose,
away.
but we push them away because we're so strong and like we got this. I can do this on my own. Because I don't see maybe they like date other women because they feel like they want to be like depended on or with someone who's not as like I
They
can
want someone submissive.
yeah, and I feel like black women could be submissive. I could definitely be
I
submissive.
feel like, yeah, see people say that, but what they don't understand is these other women are submissive because their men are dominant.
Right. Well,
Their men, like white people, for example, this is like black people love comparing themselves to like other people, and it's like we are not the same. White people are different. They're up here.
mhm.
White women are up here because their men put them up here. Their men give them everything. They're the standard of beauty. They have access to a lot of things that we don't have access to. So they're used to that sort of being pampered.
Mhm.
So of course they're more likely to be submissive, whereas black women don't have that. They have to be strong and independent because a lot of the times they're single mothers. They live in environments that are very hostile where they have to be like aggressive to protect themselves. It's like a defense mechanism. And I feel like they know all these things, but they just disregard it because it's like, I know you saw your mom struggling when you were growing up. So the fact that you're like disregarding all of that, to me, I feel like you're willfully being like dishonest.
Yeah. I just feel like men suck.
So
Like they
they
just
say they want someone submissive. Well, give them something to submit to.
Right.
Like we both can't be submissive.
Yeah, it's just not gonna work
You
out.
have to be dominant and give me something to want to submit to. Or
Yeah. I don't know. I just feel like, I mean, I guess,
and these other races of women, they really don't take them serious. That's what they don't understand either. These women just want your money. They just either they want their money, or they have some sort of fetish, you know, with black men. That's usually what it is. If you ask them, oh, what they like, oh, because they're strong, or because they're good in bed,
yeah,
or
yeah,
they play basketball. Like, it's always something like superficial. It's never like, yeah, they're good fathers, they're very smart, you
yeah,
know, they're good leaders. They never say any of those things.
right.
So, you know, it goes to tell you that they don't take you seriously. Most women, especially of other races, if they really want a good man, someone stable, a lot of them are not running to black men. I'm sorry to say
No,
it, but it's the
so true.
truth.
I agree.
Like, they just don't.
Hmm.
So,
I
mhm.
don't know. I just feel like at this point, like you said, I'm gonna stop fighting for black men because I ain't got no, like, I don't have the energy. I don't have the time because I just feel like I don't have the time. Like, it's just like annoying having to be like strong for yourself, then strong for black men. But it's just like, who else but you is being strong for yourself?
Mhm.
It's like, it's just ridiculous. And I feel like the fact that like we have to like not be as strong or be more submissive just to please a man who legit isn't really acting like a full whole man is like a hot ass mess. And
Right.
I'm not doing that at all. So I don't know. But I feel like we're done all our topics. What else
Really?
to talk about? Yeah. All right, y'all. So those were the topics that we had. So I hope you guys enjoyed. And we have like hella topics. Well, more topics to talk about that I feel like you guys will enjoy, like our opinions, because I don't think it's the normal opinion of everyone. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Bye. Say bye, Mary Sue.
Okay.
Bye, y'all.